Why do you think, as far as I can tell, there have not been many or hardly any Palestinians who have been seduced by ISIS?
Well, there are probably more Swedes in ISIS than Israeli Arabs, and that's good. But nevertheless, it's a concern that we all have. I mean, the Daeshization of the Islamic world is a great danger, first of all, to the Islamic world and then to everyone else. In Israel, I think Israeli Arabs, I think, are part of our society. We have a lot of things that we need to do. My government just put in billions of dollars worth of programs now to integrate more of our citizens, our Arab citizens, into our society, especially to the economy, which I think is important. The Palestinians themselves are split. Half of their society is controlled by militant Islam under the Iranian sway, and there is Daesh in Gaza. And the other half, I think we've been careful to enable the economy to continue, even as we have this wave of stabbings, because we don't want to the overall population to fall into that trap. The only way you can resolve this is to have a negotiation, to resolve all the outstanding issues. First and foremost, the persistent refusal to recognize the Jewish state in any boundary, which I think is the core of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And, you know, you can't resolve something like this, including the question of settlements and borders and security, without a discussion. We haven't been walking away from negotiations. Unfortunately, the Palestinian leadership for the past 7 years has deigned to meet with me for 6 hours in the first year. And since...
But they say you create facts on the ground by building these settlements that make it highly unlikely that there will ever be a Palestinian state.
Well, they say that, but in fact that's not the case, because the settlements take up a very small amount of land, and in any case it's something to be negotiated. Let's negotiate. And every time I come to a forum like this, I say, okay, you know what, Fareed? Issue the invitation to Abu Mazen, President Abbas, and it'll give me an excuse to stay in Davos a long time. And we'll just wait until he comes, okay? I've said that at the UN, I've said that in Washington, I've said that in Paris, I've said it in London, I've said it any place that I've been, and he's refused to come, and that remains the problem. He wants to go around the negotiating process and have an international diktat at the UN or wherever. And that is not the way we're going to resolve this issue. You have to sit down and negotiate. We're willing to do it. They're not. I hope they change their mind.